put your microphone over there. Check it. Video. Kanina. Video.
One Uganda! One Uganda! One Uganda! I'm taking what I want to come
This particular briefing is to draw the attention of the FDC leaders and members and well-wishers to an illegal exercise that is being announced by the Amuriati. As far as we are concerned, there are no elections tomorrow, and we want to call upon all the FDC leaders, including newly trained supervisors, if they really care for this party, to abandon this exercise until next week's National Council has been held and determined when and how we should go for these elections. Yesterday, I spoke to many FDC leaders in many districts, and they told me the guidelines issued by Mr. Toterebuka that there will be 2 electoral supervisors per district, 2 electoral supervisors at sub-county, county, and parish levels have now since then been abandoned. So the supervisors at parish levels were responsible for registering all the FDC members in every village for these elections to take place. No such a registration has happened. In fact, as I speak to you now, the registration forms and some declaration of results returning forms are on their way to the district supervisors, because the electoral supervisors at the parish and sub-county levels have been dispersed, that there is no money. So you can see the intention of our colleagues is to doctor a list of delegates conference and then install themselves as FDC leaders. I think their timetable is November. We therefore want to call upon all the FDC, wherever they are, please do not participate in this NRM-led exercise. You will be electing NRM structures and not the FDC, but even NRMs will have elections. This, for me, is the first election in my history that is going to be conducted without electoral officials, because the parish supervisors, the sub-county, and the county have been dispatched. No money, you guys. The district supervisors were supposed to go and train the lower supervisors. They were not provided with the money. Now they are given the documents to go and... so it appears to me our colleagues, Nandara and Amuriati, already have a list of delegates conference. So this exercise is a ceremony, like you've seen in all the other parties. They have attracted a lot of attack from everybody. So today I'll be very careful not to talk about UPC and DP. But the exercise mirrors what we have seen before. So therefore we want to call, in my constituency, I have almost every village has FDC. There are no documents, there are no supervisors. So in Ikira there are no elections. There are no elections at all. But I have also listened to many other districts, and they have the same. The Iganga, the Busoga FDC leadership are in Ujiri with Dr. Besje and Honorable Waffwa. They are also not in these elections. Finally, for me, before I invite my other colleagues, we are also troubled. At least the meeting we organized in Zambia, we told everybody that there were attempts to capture the FDC. People say sometimes they will like talking. Today it has been demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that what we said in Zambia was a reality. Even as I speak to you now, the FDC chairman, Ambassador Wasswa Birigwa, who is supposed to be organizing a National Council's meeting next week, is held captive by Amuriati and some goons who are now manning the headquarters. He went there this morning to address a press conference. They stopped his vehicle from entering, and journalists, I think he went there as an old man to plead. Then they captured him. He's there, he can't get out. He's been calling for help. So I think the capture of the FDC, and people can understand, Amuriati was saying, why did they go to Zambia? They are cowards. I mean, we are more intelligent than that. Because the confrontation we can. I represent a constituency of 500,000 people. If I wanted to organize 5,000 to go and overrun that KFDC office, it would happen. But it is not in my interest. I want to use my head and not energy. We are gifted differently. For example, Nandara is gifted by his head. You will see it shaking even when he's talking. His body, my gift is elsewhere. That's why I couldn't go to Najanankumbi to begin quarreling and fighting, because it adds nothing to me. So therefore, that's what I wanted to say. I will invite my colleagues. As far as we are concerned, there are no elections tomorrow. The only elections that are there are the ones that we predicted, that delegates are going to be, there will be lists to be filled by RDCs and CMY and ISO. And then there will be a list of delegates conference, whoever...
Member, by virtue of the fact that I held the position of Member of Parliament. And when we are all going to purchase membership cards for the FDC, each one of us pays 1,000 shillings. Nobody pays 10 million. If you pay 10 million, it is your donation to the party. But the nominal value of our membership card is 1,000 shillings, which gives us the same nominal strength, the same membership strength, and that was brought in the spirit of generating equity so that people do not develop a sense of entitlement based on their contribution to the party. Therefore, our brothers and sisters out there who have developed a sense of entitlement, it is quite disheartening that you have deliberately, either by design or by bad manners, decided to shun the organs of the party, even when a platform has been accorded to you, to bring out your grievances in broad daylight so that they can be heard by the appropriate organs of the party, and you decide to form a parallel force that is devoid of your home. It is only a simple mind that will set the house that shelters it ablaze. I remember some people are saying, I've just returned to the party. There's a difference between divorce and separation. If I take a short leave from my party for certain reasons, and those reasons have been resolved, you have no moral authority to question my return and my contribution to my mighty party. The able leadership of this party decided to hold national post-election audit, reconciliation, and harmonization meetings all over the country. And that was a problem to some of our colleagues who don't mean well to this party. I remember in Buganda itself, we were in Masaka. The Honorable Semu Junganda appeared at that meeting in Masaka for 10 minutes and he returned to Kampala. It means he was coming to show face. If he was a serious leader of this party, he would have soldiered until the end and listened to the affairs and grievances of the party members. And I want to believe that those meetings were actually giving him an opportunity to bring all those related, election-related complaints that he is now bringing now in 2023. Even when we concluded those activities here at the headquarters, I did not see any of them. The Lord Mayor was not here, and I kept on asking, where is our Deputy President for Buganda? We are concluding this activity in his region, and he has not appeared anywhere, because we had a meeting in Masaka, we had another one in Impiji, and another one at the headquarters. Buikwe and Luweru. What I recollect is that the day we had a meeting here, taking stock, and the day we had a meeting in Impiji, he was in Kamwocha, hobnobbing with our colleagues of the National Unity Platform. So it would be unfair for you to be offered a platform to air out your grievances, and you don't show up, and then you decide to go outside the party organs and demonize it. You've been told about the Dr. Nawiso-led investigation. Yesterday, again, unfortunately, I heard my brother, the Honorable Semu Junganda, bragging that one of us, the chairman of Mbarara, Mr. Katembe, has resigned from that committee. It is very unfortunate. What I know for a fact is that Mr. Katembe was facilitated to come from Mbarara and fully attend, contribute, and participate during that investigation. And he never declined that appointment. And the report was compiled. If he really had dissenting views, he would have authored a minority report and attached it to the main report and offer his dissenting views. But for you to resign when the job is already concluded really is a foolery. A big foolery. Because you want to create this image that FDC is in a crisis and people have started resigning. Really? Do you resign after accomplishing a task? If you really mean well, you should decline the offer of the task, or you should give your dissenting views through a minority report. That is how civil people behave. There is nobody who is going to expect that FDC as a political party is going to run like a marketplace. Even a marketplace has leaders, because we have these market masters who organize the markets. So if a market can have an organized leadership, what do you expect of a fully registered political party with brains like ours? By the way, I would like to tell my brother, because he was asking me if I am speaking as who. I think now he has the answers. I am here with the leadership of the party, and I am speaking. So if he thinks he's the only person who has the capabilities of speaking, I am speaking. And I will continue to speak whenever I am required to speak for my party. He has already disqualified himself, and he has put himself in a position of being incompetent to speak for the party. Because that the moment he brings an allegation against his party in favor of a sister party, that clearly shows where his heart is. His heart is not in the FDC. His heart is where he's advocating for. And if I may ask him, what is the relevancy of his allegation in 2023? Isn't it post-mortem? If he was making an alarm about the so-called dirty money that is in the party, I want him to first of all take stock and ask himself, to what extent has that so-called money negatively impacted on the institution of the FDC and its members? that is when he will have a valid justification to have tantrums all over. And all of us will rally behind him and say, yes, you have a good cause. We don't want our party to go to the drain. But as long as he still continues to lash out on the basis of speculation and malice, then for us we shall treat it as pedestrian talk and cheap talk, and we shall not allow that to devour our party. I would like to caution our members from the opposition. I heard on the radio our colleagues from the DP celebrating that we used to laugh at them, that whatever is happening to them can never happen to the FDC. I want to state this categorically clear, that the difference between the FDC and the DP is that whereas our party president does not have the opportunity to sit in parliament, even if he had it, he would not sit on the government side, which is not the case for the DP. In the history of this world, it is the first time I have seen a party president sitting on the opposite side of his members of parliament. And then you want to compare us to yourselves, and you are jubilating that our house is burning. Secondly, this is not the first storm that FDC has gone through. Actually, for me, I would say this is a wind, because we have been through bigger storms than this, and we have successfully come out of these storms. So don't even expect or wish that the worst is yet to happen. No. In fact, what has happened to us in the past has hardened us more, and we have become stronger than ever. NRM, if you are celebrating that FDC is going down, I want you to also go through at least one single storm that we have gone through, and we'll see if you will be able to stand the test of time. Because for you, you are jubilating over what has not yet happened to you. Now, for somebody to allege that ISO is the one registering members and constituting the structures of the Forum for Democratic Change, do you want to tell us that you are the commander of ISO and you are the one who has deployed those people to go and register members of the FDC? What is your basis for the allegation? Isn't this an insult to the party which you are supposed to be speaking for? Again, I'll state it clearly, that in the history of my 44 years on earth, it is the first time I am seeing a spokesperson who is duty-bound to protect and defend his institution speak ill and demonize the institution which is supposed to be speaking for. So, my brother, Honorable Semuju, really, do you still think you are competent enough to speak for this party? Or people should relieve you of those duties and help you like I helped you on Monday when you are busy undermining your party, and then you complain that you are the one who is in charge of press conferences at this party? I want to remind you that actually the chief spokesperson of this party is the party president, and he is the one who delegated me to come and fill the gap which you had created at the headquarters. And as a law-abiding member of this party, I pledge to continue speaking for this party with or without Semujunganda at the headquarters. May God bless you, God bless our party, Amen. And God bless our members, God bless our leaders. We should be courteous enough to respect the leadership that we have. Even the Bible demands us to do so.
Okusooka twanyonnyola abamemba b'FDC ku Monday. Pulogulaamu ya Nandala n'Amuriati kutwala FDC mu NRM. Ku mulundi ogwo nayogera ku bibiina ebirala ne banyiigira babadde bayomba okamala kabayero kambeesonyiwa aba UPC ne DP naye ekkubo lye tukutte lyerimu nze nali simanyi nti kigenda ate kubeerawo ku supiidi eno olwaleero Amuriati yaganye chairman we FDC okuyingira ekitebe n'emmotoka ye okutuuza ku kikolo ab'amawulire musajja wattu n'ayingira ng'ayita mu kalyanga akatono bw'atuuseeyo n'amuwamba newe njogerera wano Birigwa muwambe kakati nze nga Ssemujju bannayuganda kye njagala bategeere kubanga omuntu tasobola kunteeka mu kisero n'antwala wa Museveni n'entuulamu waakiri ebigere bigenda birengejja ne bamanya nti oyo atwala muntu kati saawa zino kyetuliko ekibiina kya FDC n'Andala n'Amuriati bakitwalira Museveni bateeseteese mbu waliyo okulonda enkya basooka ne basomesa ku buli disitulikiti abantu babiri nti bagenda okukulira ebyokulonda ku Miruka ne ku Magombolola olunaku lweggulo baweerezaayo lisiti z'empapula ez'abagenda okulondesa ate ne bagamba tebalina ssente z'abanaalondesa ku Miruka na ku Magombolola mu byafaayo byange kuno kwe kulonda okugenda okusooka okubeerawo nga tekulina balondesa oba abantu bajja kuŋŋana ne beerondesa Katonda yamanyi naye nga bino twazze tubiraba ne twagala tubimalire munda mpaka we twalemereddwa ewaffe ekira gye nkiikiriranga memba wa paalamenti teriiyo kulonda era ne bannayuganda mbategeeza abawagira FDC abakulembeze ba FDC nammwe be balonze nga basupervisor teriiyo kulonda obupapula obwo Nandala bwe babaweereza n'Amuriati mutereke butereke kyemmanyi era kyenagamba abantu ku Mande ba RDC CMI SFC bamaze dde okukola enkalala Nandala z'anaaleeta wonna gye banaatuula nga banne bali abalala basooke bamutongoze kati nga akulira FDC n'omuyambi we Patrick Amuriati kwe kulonda kwe bateekateeka era buli ane FDC aneetaba mu kulonda kuno tetulinayo kubuusabuusa nti ajja kubeera yegasse ku kibinja ekyo ekikolera NRM mwebale nnyo ffe nga abakulembeze ba FDC abawerako ne bwe njogera naawe kati Dr. Besigye Hon.Wasswa baliyiganga n'abalala batambula tuyinza okulemererwa emmundu za Museveni naye kyetubakakasa nti aba FDC tebagenda kwetaba mu kulonda kuno bwe tunaamaliriza tujja kubawulira kye tunaabeera tusazeewo ng'ekibiina era tukinyonyole n'abantu kyetwagala okusooka obagamba kati enkya teriiyo kulonda naye bw'obeera oyagala kwetaba mu kulonda ku SFC ne CMI gwe tekikugaana genda aba CMI bajja kuwandiika gye baba batadde n'aba SFC era bajja kuwa n'essente ezikutwala ku delegates conference. Yes. Museveni ayagala nnyo ebyokulwana. Ayagala nnyo ebyokulwana. Twagala nnyo ffe okukozesa obuwongo okusinga omubiri. Abaagala nnyo okukozesa omubiri ye Nandala abawambye Birigwa. Tewaliwo kitukuŋŋanyisa abantu tugende tulwane kuba nze ne bomba bano MP tebanyambyeko. Nunga nkuleetera abaana ekiraka ka office bakawambira mu ddakiika egi. Naye tekiina makulu okutulaba nti katuli ku headquarter tulwana ne Nandala olwo tuba tufaananye nga ye. So kye tunaaba tuzizzaako tujja kukinyonyola abamemba ba FDC. Fabula ntukiikiridde bamembazi ba parliament bangi. Bwe wabaayo agamba nti ayagala kwetaba mu kulonda kwe NRM tetuminaako buzibu. Naye fabula ntukiikiridde bannaffe bangi twabadde mu meeting ku makya. Abamu bali mu zi committees ne woowulira n'omwo mulimu ate nga tetusobola kulinda tetumanya ani gwe baddako kidnappinga. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala. Yes. Ate kati oba tuza gye twavudde ekitwababuulira embeerere zikweva.
Well, good is good and bad is bad, whether it is done by me or him. We are not saying that what he has done is an embarrassment. He has embarrassed us as a party. He has embarrassed us as members of the same caucus. He must not have planned and above all, using Museveni's security to kidnap Birigwa. It is an embarrassment, and we as members of parliament cannot come and support that. But two, to organize an election where Museveni has a hand and expect us to be part of it is here not fair. So we are telling our people this election is not by us, it is not democratic, it is not free or fair, don't participate in it, wait for the National Council on 28th when we agree as a party on how to move.
What evidence do you put on the table that Museveni has a hand in these elections?
Well, I am sure you also see how we have always organized our elections. That you have a time for mobilization, recruitment, registration, then days are declared, there's a national council, and then you have elections. Now, they want to have elections in 1 week. They want to start tomorrow and end on the 3rd of August, and they will have finished. Then you say, what is pushing them? But two, if the National Executive Committee halted, why is Nandara pushing? Three, if National Council is just a week from now to make a statement, why is he rushing to have an election before National Council? So at the end of the day, given the fact that we had the other problem of the money, and the pointers were at somebody working to deliver FDC structures to Museveni, then this now exonerates those who have been saying actually the money is meant for that, because the way he's moving points at that exactly.
Why don't you sort out the money issue other than using the elections as a scapegoat?
Well, that is meant to be sorted out in the National Council on 28th. And so we wait to see the report on the 28th and how we deal with it as a party. We're only worried and concerned that Nanda does not want to listen to anybody. He has taken over the party using government security. He has now taken over the office of the chairman by kidnapping him. He took over the presidency. He took over the treasury. He is now the party, and the party is him.
Ruganda, lwaki temu